Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. It's your girl Miss Alicia. So today I'll be teaching you how I make my meat pie in my kitchen. Firstly, I started off with my butter. I added 2 tablespoons of canola life. I used it because it has omega 3 and it doesn't have trans fat. Secondly, I went in with my flour. I used 2 types of flour, one with baking powder and the other one whole wheat flour. I added in 1000 gram of flour, a pinch of salt, and a tablespoon of honey. Afterwards, I gave it a quick stir. It's looking like breadcrumbs, and then I started turning. I added like half cup, one third of half cup of water. I didn't add everything once, I added it twice, and I stirred. While stirring, after stirring, you use your hand and start kneading. While I was kneading, I made sure that all the ingredients were properly mixed. And when it's done, when the dough is ready, you see that it's not sticking to your palms anymore. I set it aside in the oven for 30 to 60 minutes. I covered it with my flour sheet and I put it into the oven. I went into my minced meat. I added half of 500 grams of meat, and then I went in with half seasoning cube, a tablespoon of garlic, and 2 spoons of crushed pepper. Depending on your choice, you can add a tablespoon of pepper into your minced meat, and this is how it looks like when it's properly cooked. Afterwards, I went in and set my table to start kneading. I added in a flour sheet to my baking pan, and then I oiled it, and also oiled my chopping board and my kneading pin as well. So my flour has been set aside for 30 minutes, and then I started shaping my dough, baby. This is how you do your meat pie without stress. Trust the process and trust Miss Licious to guide you through. So, guys, I cut my dough, then I started kneading. For the meat pie, it's easier to have a circle shape. When you have a circle shape, it's easier to avoid like cutting off the excesses. So as you can see, it's similar to a circle shape. I added 2 tablespoons of minced meat that has been properly seasoned into the dough, and then I went in with my fork to give it a good shape and to have that meat pie shape. Just cut off the excesses, and that's all. It's not difficult, it's quite easy. You can make this for your friends, your husband, your children to go to school with, and you can have it as a snack as well at home too, to give your visitors too. So this was me using my fork to give it that meat pie shape, and that was it, guys. I set it aside too, and then I went in. I cut off the excesses too after pressing down with my fork, and then I set it aside. I went on, and then I just showed you a sample of how I make my beef roll too. For the beef roll, be sure you have a square shape, and you put in your flour, and then you roll. It's probably the same thing. You can also add in your vegetables, carrots, spring onion, whichever thing you like, your potatoes, Irish potatoes too, as well. But me, I didn't want to add in any vegetables because it will spoil probably after 2 weeks of you adding in the vegetables. So I make this for my son to go to school with, and I skip the vegetables in order not to keep me stressed to come and start preparing something else for the week. So this was me shaping my beef roll. It's the same process, and this the total look. I added into my oven that has been preheated for 210 degrees for like 10 minutes. Afterwards, it baked for 10 minutes. I brought it out, and then I coated with my egg. You can coat with your egg even before putting it into the oven, but I wanted it to bake a bit before putting the meat pie into the oven. So why am I brushing with egg? I'm brushing with egg to give it that golden look, that shimmery look, that beautiful look. If you bake without brushing with your egg, it will look like as if you're baking a bread or a bun or something. So I just added um the egg coating to give it a beautiful golden look. And after adding the egg coating, I allowed it to bake for about 5 minutes to be sure the egg is properly cooked. So I let it like bake for 5 minutes and I brought it out. So this is the complete look. You bake for 15 minutes to 20 minutes depending on your choice, but I over baked it because probably the minimum time is 10 minutes. If after 10 minutes it starts browning, but I love this actually. It's really nice, golden, and it was baked properly, not really burnt, but just golden. So this was me like taking it off. As you can see, it's non-sticking, meaning that it's properly baked and it's ready to eat. So guys, this is how I bake my meat pie or beef roll. Okay, it's easy and it's very delicious. You can add in your vegetables or anything of your choice. And please do not forget to like, share my video. Love you guys. Mwah.